Haya has never had dim sum at Shinyue Kiosk before, but it should be quite the feast for sure. Ooh, and that's Paimon's stomach right on cue telling her it's time to go find Gamin. Let's go!
Oh, you're here early. I just ordered. The food should be out in a second.
Let's all take a seat!
Here, hand me your cups.
Oh, thank you!
Wait, you weren't supposed to drink that pie. That was for you to rinse your...
Wow, so much delicious food! Do you really eat all this just for breakfast?
That's just how we do it where I'm from. Most of the time, though, I don't eat lunch after dim sum.
Oh, that's good to hear. Paimon doesn't need to worry about holding back then.
Eat! If it's not enough, we can always order more. Oh, and there's tong soy coming as well. I don't usually have that in the morning, but, well, since everyone's here, I just had to order it. What about you, traveler? Is the food to your liking? Want some more seafood congee? Let me refill your bowl.
Paimon's gonna take you up on that. Fill it up nice and full and make sure she gets a few extra shrimp. Thanks! So full. That meal... Oh, listen! Paimon's figured it out. Let's think about this for a second, Gaming. You invited us to this awesome... That would explain why you try to keep your friend...
Are you confusing me with Xingqiu?
Huh? You know Xingqiu? You sure know a lot of people.
Well, when you're on the road as much as I am, you hear all sorts of rumors. Sometimes, more often than not, that means knocking on some doors to find out for yourself.
Oh, you truly are a man...
Okay, enough with the
What?
My dad is just an ordinary tea merchant. Small-scale stuff, you know? My dad... He always wanted me to inherit the family business, to be a merchant like him. But that's just not who I am. It's not who I ever wanted to be.
Have you ever talked to him about it? You know, about your interests and aspirations and stuff.
Of course I have. I told him I wanted to be a wushu dancer. That I wanted all... According to my dad, though, that wasn't a real job. Just a child's pipe dream.
Oh, that's terrible.
I'm sure he thought I would come around eventually, but wushu dancing has always been the only thing I wanted to do. One day, he tried to get me to visit some other tea merchants to start building the right relationships, but I refused to go. We got into a huge fight. We were this close to throwing hands. In the end, I was so angry that I ran away from home. I haven't been back since. Don't get on my case just yet, okay? It's not like I think I'm completely without fault. No, I know that it wasn't the right way to go about things. But my dad's stubborn. No matter how hard I tried to convince him, it just went in one ear and out the other. There was no changing his mind. I knew talking would only get me so far, but if I made it big in Liyue Harbor, the results could speak for themselves. But I'm sure you both already know how that's going. Wushu dancing's just not that big in Liyue Harbor. In the past, I would go door to door from store to store, asking if they would be interested in hiring a performer. Most times, I wound up eating nothing but humble pie. And you can't just rely on dreams to put food on the table, right? So I found a job as a guard to make some money. And now I have enough to get by and then some. Still, change takes time. Gotta take it slow, you know?
Paimon understands.
Okay, enough of all that serious talk. Our tea's getting cold. Ooh,
Actually, we told Xianyun that we would go to her kite-making workshop.
oh?
Are you interested in kite making?
Oh, no. It's just that I happen to know Auntie Xianyun.
That title certainly humanizes her a bit.
Oh, I know that she's an adeptus. I met her during a delivery once. But hasn't she been in the city lately? She's even tried, with some limited success, to change her terms of self-address or something like that. She came to see me a few days ago to ask about luminescent dyes. Oh, wait a second. She doesn't plan on putting those on a kite, does she?
Is that not something you can do?
It's one thing to use it on cloth, but applying it to paper is another matter entirely. Why couldn't she tell me what she wanted them for?
Yeah, she does seem to have trouble with that sometimes.
It would be such a shame if everyone worked so hard on their kites only for them to get ruined in the end. Okay, I'll go with you. If Auntie Xianyun wants to use those dyes on a kite, the formula will need to be changed.
Great! The more the merrier!
Yeah.
Ganyu! Ganyu! Come on, wake up! Some friends have arrived!
Hello, friends.
Ganyu!
Oh, I have some mint oil. A guest at Wanmin Restaurant recommended it to me. Apologies in advance.
Wait! Shen...
See? It worked.
Are you okay,
I'm fine.
Huh. Was it...
Chilly, huh? Master always says a cool head leads to a calm heart. Paimon doesn't think that's...
Was I asleep? Must have been.
Did you not sleep last night? That does seem... Perhaps you should come work at Wanmin Restaurant with me. We get off at 10 on the dot every night without...
I'm sorry. I seem to have missed your name. You are...
Me? My name is...
Gaming. The name sounds familiar. People tell me you're an extremely enthusiastic worker, and you are very generous with your help.
Well, you know me. Or, I guess you don't.
My name is Ganyu. This is Shenhe, and this is Yao Yao.
It's an honor to finally meet you all. Oh, you must be here for
Yes, I have neither made nor flown a kite before. As long as Master is willing to teach, I am willing to learn.
Me too. I want to participate in the kite flight. Plus, it's more meaningful. Your best friend didn't come with you? Well, Chi-Chi's been super busy helping Dr. Baiju lately. I also brought bandages and ointment with me today.
Wow, you're really...
As for myself, I'm afraid I was originally planning to buy a ready-made kite and just enjoy the festive city atmosphere with everyone. But Cloud Retainer is always going out of her way to look after her juniors. Well, it was so thoughtful of her to arrange this workshop, so I simply couldn't let such consideration go to waste. My motivation for being here might be a little different.
Well, we're all here.
Who is it that speaks of oneself in such an ill-tempered tone?
Oh, come on! You clearly heard Paimon!
Master stopped to buy grilled tigerfish to share with everyone.
Oh, Paimon, sorry, Miss Illuminated Bird! Paimon always knew you were the smartest, coolest, and prettiest Adeptus. Someone as wonderful as you is sure to have brought enough for Paimon as well, right? So delicious. Paimon's life is...
It appears that we've ended up with quite a few participants indeed. The materials are over here. The regular dyes and luminescent ones have been clearly marked. As for how to make the kite, one assumes you all made sure to listen to the instructions one provided.
Paimon may have focused a little too hard on the eating and less on... Paimon knew she could count on you, Traveler.
One will wait under this tree and avail oneself of the cool air while one digests. Do not hesitate to seek one's company.
We're not in any hurry to get started. Why don't we go see what the others are up to?
Hey, Gaming, want to team up?
Huh? I have to participate? I thought I'd be done for the day after adjusting the dye formula.
You're that unenthused by kite making, huh? That doesn't seem like you.
No, it's not that. It's just... it would take too long to explain. I guess I'll just make one then. What shape should we go with? What do you think, Shuyu? Is there a particular design you want?
I want a Swanee!
That might be a little hard to pull off.
True, but I still want to try.
Okay, it's decided then.
Gaming, can I do the coloring?
Sure. I'll go ahead and make the frame for you.
Shenhe, it would be great...
I see. My apologies. I shall...
Thank you. No harm done.
Good. Could I touch them just once more, though? No.
Huh? Please, I told you. Just call me Ganyu. Well, all right. Just be gentle.
Firm to the touch, with no discernible temp... Still, Ganyu appears to be shaking like a cat whose whiskers have just been touched. I see. Then I'll apply the oil to your forehead next time.
Oh, no need. I'll just refrain from taking afternoon naps outdoors. Anyway, perhaps we should just choose the most traditional style.
Okay.
Well, they seem to be getting along swimmingly. Let's not disturb them.
The scissor-tailed swallow sure takes a lot of curved bamboo rods to build.
Ugh! It broke.
Auntie Cloud Retainer, look! Am I doing it right?
Very good. Your frame is nice and sturdy. This design, is it a Finch?
Yep.
One is looking forward to seeing your finished product.
What color are you going to make it, Yao Yao?
I haven't decided yet. If I make it blue, it'll be more like my friend. But if I make it gold, it'll be more like me.
If you are asking for one's own opinion, when giving a gift, the key consideration is the recipient's feelings, is it not? One imagines your friend would much prefer a kite that reminds them of you.
Oh, hey, I never told you the kite was for Chi-Chi. How did you know?
With age comes wisdom, child. One simply has a way of knowing things.
Oh, cool. I'm gonna start painting it gold right now.
Good. One will watch. You two seem strangely unoccupied. One was under the impression...
We actually haven't started yet, but we're going to start, right now. We should get started on our kite now. Let's go. First, we have to decide on the shape. Hey, what are you laughing at? Oh, that's not a completely crazy idea. If nothing else, a Paimon-shaped kite could at least... Maybe we're not exercising enough. Now, what expression should we give her? Since the... Ooh, like this? Ooh. Now that we've decided... It's done! Now we just have to attach the string, right?
All right, gather around, everyone.
Oh, Shenyun's calling us!
Let one take a look.
Wow! Ganyu and Shenhe made a scissor-tailed swallow. It's so pretty. Yep. The coloring makes it look a lot like Master.
If the tail wasn't split in two like that, it might even be a spitting image. If you look closely, there are a few spots where the colors go outside the lines. Did you doze off while painting it, Ganyu?
I did the painting. I stared at the paper for quite some time, but I simply could not recall the coloring of any bird. Except Master. Or should I say that I'm too familiar with her crane form? Even when she stands before us in human form, all I can see...
Oh, well, now that you mention it, Paimon can see it too.
Exactly. So I...
No way. You can paint with your eyes closed?
You are most filial, Shenhe.
The Swanee that Gaming and Shuyu made looks very majestic. I'm sure it'll look even more impressive as it soars through the sky.
The eyes and ears glow in the dark. Your golden finch is cute too, Yao Yao. It's all thanks...
What about your kite, Traveler?
Ta-da! Here it is!
It's self-important.
It makes her look like she's already won the competition.
Is that the Jade Chamber?
Oh? Who dares attempt such a flagrant display of Oh, and to do so by making use... one simply must know who it is that possesses such impertinence. Continue attaching the strings, everyone. One will be but a moment.
Cloud Retainer! Traveler, Paimon, could I trouble you to go after Cloud Retainer?
Master's going to be okay, right?
I'm more worried about the person who released the kite.
There's wind up ahead! Looks like we can glide over! There's wind up ahead! Looks like we can glide over!
I hope the person who released the kite is going to be okay.
Please look after Master for me. Be careful, you two.
Master is not without her principles. We need not worry too much.
It's right there!
This Fontanian device...
Now is hardly an opportune time for your musings. Someone among us was not sufficiently attentive, and now the...
Calm yourself. Do you have any
One believes it drifted in the direct... Perhaps it is mere happenstance, but one feels a certain sense...
Your concern is Miss Cloud Retainer is either in the city looking after her disciples, or secluded in her abode. On the subject of...
Still thy tongue. If Cloud Retainer were to hear you profess such a thing,
One presumes that the...
regard the situation with which we are now confronted.
One's fault. One seems to recall that releasing the kite was no... Say something, Mountain Shaper.
Further explanation shall only fan the flames of her wrath.
We can hardly avoid her forever. That may suffice during Lantern Rite. But what about the Moon Chase
Go retrieve the...
Absolutely not.
That is not...
Oh, so an adeptus such as one...
You're I truly possess no inkling of who could have released a kite into your esteemed domain. Pray, who could...
Verily, verily, we were but delighting in the surrounding scenery. This locale is home to such exquisite... Well, and if that's all...
We finally caught up. You sure... Mooncarver? Mountain Shaper?
You!
Okay, now Paimon's getting a weird vibe.
It is of no consequence. Long has one seen through their disguises. One would...
Then you are not...
How could one feel anger at the sight of two old friends enjoying themselves? One is also well aware...
We were simply consumed by a fit of festive spirit. Seldom... However, we are far from being as adept as you in matters that require a deftness of hand.
Your prowess in mechanics is unparalleled, Cloud Retainer.
One has guests to attend to. We will have to convene again some other... Traveler, Paimon, do try to keep up.
We're leaving already? All this flying from place to place is wearing my...
It seems that one's concern was misplaced after all.
Then, should we continue flying the kite?
A splendid suggestion, but it would be advisable to change locations.
Perhaps your mountain would suffice? It is more than spacious enough.
A fine idea. A fine idea indeed.
They're back.
After you left, Yao Yao and Shu Yu tired themselves out playing with their kites. Gaming offered to escort them home.
Before he left, he said something.
Oh? What did he say?
He said, "A kite is always tied down no matter how far it flies or how high it soars. Its tether prevents it from ever truly flying free." He looked quite dejected as he said this.
Now that you mention it, Gaming did seem to have a rather strange attitude towards kites.
A reflection of himself. If I were a kite, I would cherish that tether as a...
Shenhe?
It may be an exceedingly slim and distant connection. If Gaming truly sees a kite as a reflection of himself, then I fear I understand his words even less.
Well, people often have different points of view depending on their mindset and experiences, right? It's actually quite normal.
Just like some people can eat spicy food, but others won't go anywhere near it?
Exactly. That's why tolerance and understanding are as important as they are.
Tolerance and understanding?
We were just chatting. You don't have to butt in on every little thing, you know.
One was merely doing a bit of cooking. Night fast approaches. If you are otherwise unoccupied, one would entreat you to stay and eat before you depart.
Oh, it's been so long since I've had the chance to enjoy your cooking, Cloud Retainer.
Worry not. One has prepared a variety of meat and vegetable dishes. One is more than familiar with everyone's culinary proclivities. Shenhe, got...
Whoa, what's with all the secrecy? Here, if you're ready to serve the food, we can...
I can feel the wind brushing against my legs. This is a bit embarrassing. Is the headpiece secure? I should have asked Cloud Retainer to check before I stepped outside.
How do we look?
She asked them just like...
You look pretty too, Ganyu! Oh, how should...
Given that one employed the services of the best tailor in all of Liyue, one would expect nothing. What colors have you been partial to lately, Shenhe and Ganyu?
Lately? Why is Cloud Retainer suddenly...
I like black.
One is gratified to see one's disciple has inherited one's own tastes.
The color black doesn't get dirty easily.
And you, Ganyu?
I favor blue and black.
And the material is sufficiently comfortable.
Yes, very. I simply...
Thank you, Master.
One is content as long as you are pleased with the gift. One hopes these garments will see much use.
Seems like your supreme cuisine machine is just... This golden crab's... It's a good thing Gaming isn't here, or Paimon would have to duel him for the food. You know, with chopsticks.
He traveled all this way on account of the kite-making work. Oh, well.
It's rare for someone to make such a good impression on you, Cloud Retainer.
1. He appears to be a young man of much merit, and 1 is not the type who would see such potential squandered.
It appears that he wishes to break free from the kite string that tethers him.
Kite string? Huh, what strange metaphors you speak.
Where do we even begin? Oh, do you know about the conflict between Gaming and his dad, Xinyan?
1 has only heard that the two are not on good terms.
He ran away from home and hasn't been back since.
Oh?
Ran away, you say? Huh. 1 believes...
Oh, okay.
What?
This shall not do. Lantern Rite fast approaches. As 1 was contacting various tailors around Liyue, 1 could not help but be reminded of Menogius. He possessed a singular talent for clothing design. He had an exquisite eye. At a gathering of Adepti, Bonanis once complained in secret to some of the ladies in attendance that the skirt Menogius made for her was too long and impractical, lamenting that it would only hinder her in battle. However, when 1 asked Menogius his opinion, he remarked that the train of the skirt would serve to enhance her adepto, and later... 1 means to say, it is a time to address problems before they turn into regrets. Fate is fickle.
That's nice and all.
Do you have any ideas, Cloud Retainer?
Perhaps adeptal arts could be of use.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Combining our efforts is... Aha! How about this? Does that make sense to everyone?
Yep. Oh, Paimon really hopes this works.
1's designs never fail. Now then, I counsel rest for all, and to make the necessary preparations. 1 shall see you in 2 days.